Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 24th of July. So looking at the euro dollar, and once again it's dancing around these this range, and yesterday managed to sell off after what looked like a relatively positive start, but wasn't a great shock with the daily and weekly pivots below it that it sold off at one point at least. It's currently selling off some more. There are some sort of weak signs of divergences on the lower time frames, but and there is a daily pivot above us, but lots of buts at the moment. It's I'd rather be selling into it than trying to buy it. There's the daily pivot. We've stretched a long way through already through its S1. Here, it's not the type of market I particularly really want to be woken up to see. I want to see a chance that we can make some points out of it, and it's already sort of gone, but perhaps we'll just have to sit here patiently this morning. There is the opportunity, I guess, at some point of seeing a retracement in this movement. We see them quite frequently, this sort of early-ish retracements, and then they come again later on in the day. We saw it later in the morning at 10:30 yesterday. We're seeing these more and more, a later movement in the market, so we'll just have to wait and see which way it's going to go. At the moment my preference is to the downside of what we're seeing here. That's the way the market's looking on this. Okay, it's a 30-minute chart here, not 60 minutes, but that's my preference at the moment. Okay, let's do euro, the pound. There is news out this morning, I should say, on the euro 8 and 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and that might drive that a little bit differently, and it may be worth sitting us on the sidelines through till about 9ish, with the French and German flash manufacturing and services data coming out. So there may be some ugly moves either side of that, so it may be worth being patient on that euro this morning and let it show us later, as I say, a little bit later on what it's going to do. The pound has no news to come out, but Broadbent did speak yesterday and suggested that the unwinding of quantitative easing may create disinflationary pressures in itself, and he thinks unwinding won't start until the rates are higher. So there we go, that's what we've got there. So not a lot of great movement for the pound from that speech as such, although maybe got a kicker later in the session. Oh, it was last Friday. I'm looking at the wrong time frame here. There we go. Not a lot in that meeting at all, as it came through there. It's drifting off here as well. In fact, let's just switch this back to a 60-minute chart for this video, if I can. Where's the 60? There you go. There we go. Downward trend at the moment. Again, has daily pivot above. It's almost down to its S1. It's looking soft with the lower highs, lower lows coming through the market there. It may roll on some more. Short term, yeah, may get a bounce. I'll just look post 8 o'clock. Any sort of movement, I mean, it's okay, it's already tested the 60.21 already, but maybe a 60.34 as the time moves on may provide some sort of resistance point to sell into. At the moment, I'm with both these markets, the dollar and the pound, they're looking weak to me. Of course, these do change, and they can change fairly quickly. Looking at the dollar yen then. Dollar yen now, it said yesterday it's come back down to its daily 34. That's a 4-hourly 200, and it seems to be bouncing off that at the moment. The sentiment's very soft on the yen in terms of the potential for upside. There's the weekly pivot above, stepping, if it can pass through this 60-minute 50, maybe that opens the door for further upside. It has got a lot of resistance that was kicking in around that sort of 111.50 sort of area. Maybe be patient waiting for that, because then thereafter it's got around about 45, 50 pips to be had back to that weekly pivot if it's going to continue in this mode. So it may be the one just to watch. It may be a safer one with the news coming out this morning. Depends on how it moves this morning, but as I said, for me it needs to break that 60-50 because otherwise it's still got a hint of bearishness on this 4 hourly. It's got a bear flag sitting there, but bigger picture, it's that bear flag's not much of a muchness, or is a much of a muchness. It's got that, as I say, the draw above it, and the sentiments were pretty soft on the yen from the big money. Aussie dollar. Whoops, don't know why I've come out to a weekly picture there. Aussie dollar looks soft as well actually at the moment. Yesterday's move back into the 4 hourly 200, the daily 34 there, and it's really not helped. It's had a sort of a pitch overnight and still selling off at the moment. Has its daily pivots above us, may create some draw at some point, but as I say, looking weak at the moment, and unless all these markets, the euro, the pound, start switching around, it does look soft, and the downside looks like it has a better chance. Canadian dollar, I said on the weekly update yesterday, still got the chance to push back up there, but in a slowest and choppiest move ever, but it does look like it's got the potential to push up. It's quite neutral in a lot of the big money sentiment on this is very neutral, which is why I think we're just not seeing a clear old trend there of anything. It's indecisive market. Dod real market is what it really is, and you look at it 60-minute, well, it's in an upward trend there. It's got the daily pivot below. That's the risk of dragging back, drawing it back at some point, and that may be a buy point, we'll see, but there we go. That's pretty much it. As I said, the only news out this morning, 8:30 and 9 on the euro. The best of the day looks like that yen at the moment, if it can push up and break that 60-minute 50, but it's giving way to it a little bit at the moment. It's pulling back away from it, but that might be the trade of the day or 2 days. It may take a little while to pitch up there. It took a long while to go anywhere yesterday. It was a slow moving market, didn't even get back to its daily pivot yesterday, so we'll see. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.